We are on every day. We're very reliable from 1 until 4 o'clock. And after 4 o'clock, if you missed anything, John Kobylt Show on demand on the iHeart app. We don't miss a segment here. We show up for every single one.
Yes, we do.
You do. And, you're here hours early.
I put in a hard day's work.
Very long day sitting there and talking.
Well, do you hear what I have to put up with Shannon, right?
I know. Well, we'll get to that later. That has to be addressed. What you announced on their show. We have a special announcement from Deborah later. You started it. You left your filter home again.
Yeah, I know. It's Shannon. You blame Shannon.
But in any event, we're on from 1 to 4, and then after 4 o'clock, John Kobylt Show on demand on the podcast. Next hour, and this ties to what we're doing now. Next hour, we're going to have Mark Krikorian on, Center for Immigration Studies, to discuss Trump announcing yesterday that on February 1st, he's going to halt federal payments worth billions and billions of dollars to sanctuary cities and their states. And it looks like that little gerbil, Rob Bonta, our Attorney General, is I'm sure going to be filing more lawsuits because that's all he does. He doesn't investigate all the fraud in California. Tens of billions, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars. No, the little gerbil is going to file another lawsuit against Trump, even though sanctuary cities and sanctuary states are not a thing legally. They're not. There's no such thing. And finally, we're going to end this idiotic practice. 3 o'clock, there's a candidate to run against Rob Bonta, and that's Michael Gates, who most recently was the Deputy Assistant Attorney General in the Trump administration, formerly the city attorney for Huntington Beach, and he was in a lot of lawsuit battles with Bonta and Newsom. Michael Gates is now running for California Attorney General. And that would be a far better idea than the little gerbil, Rob Bonta. And Bonta, of course, was last seen paying his lawyers $500 million because, he somehow got sucked into that bribery scandal in Oakland involving the now recalled mayor. There were no charges against Bonta, but he doesn't want to explain why he needed to spend $500,000 on attorneys. All right, now let's get back to let's get to the ICE thing, because we have, honest to God, the stupidest set of politicians that run L.A. County, the L.A. County Board of Supervisors. It happens to be a non-diverse group of 5 women, and a couple of them are just blockheads. And they now moved to create ICE-free zones to try to stop ICE violence because of what happened in Minneapolis. You know how you stop these violent episodes with ICE? Stay home. Don't impede ICE officers. Don't block them with your car. Don't assault them. Stay home. If you want to exercise your First Amendment right, then stand on the sidewalk, far away from the ICE officers, shout all you want, have your stupid nervous breakdown, have your little child temper tantrum, but stop with the blocking of the cars. How about you don't try to run down an ICE agent with a car? There's a good one, huh? It's simple. They're law enforcement just like police officers, local police or sheriff's deputies. You can't do it. And these and a lot of them are women, which is I want to talk about in the next segment, because there are a couple of stories about the majority of these protesters are a huge percentage, and you've seen them are young to middle-aged screaming women. And where they came from, and suddenly immigration is the most important issue in their lives. And then they tell us how, their wives and mothers. And, well, go home then. Were you screaming at ICE officers? And what's really shocking is Trump administration has gotten rid of 400,000 criminal illegal aliens. 400,000. Now, do you know how many of them were convicted of rape and sexual assault? It is in the safety interests of most women to have criminal rapists and molesters out of the country. So, again, why they're screaming is just completely baffling. Now, the latest event also happened in Minnesota. ICE agents pull a woman out of a car. ICE says she was blocking ICE vehicles from driving through the area during one of these idiotic protests. So let's roll. Cut number one.
This is not law. Force is not law. You are not following the law.
Whistles, horns. And then they pull her out of the car. Now she's pleading for mercy. What is this? What an idiotic species this is. I mean, what a colossally stupid. How? What is it? What the emotions here are through the roof. Over what? Like, what are you doing? They really have gotten rid of thousands of criminals, actual convicted criminals, because they went to Minnesota for sanctuary. Sanctuary. Somebody said today on one of the cable channels, it's like people, that word has like a religious significance. Like you go to church for a sanctuary. You go there for peace and prayer and reflectiveness and to get away from all the struggles in your life. And so they use that word on purpose to make it sound like it's a very powerful, very important concept to help out the immigrants. Like, no, it's not. It gives a shield to violent felons. So after the ICE agent got hit by that car and they killed the driver, Trump has sent 3,000 more agents into Minneapolis, which has them screaming even more. And I guess, some of them dragged this lady out. She's also claiming that she's disabled and she's going to the doctor's office. Yeah, if I have a disability, I'm going to the doctor's office. I'm going to drive right into an ICE blockade and join the blockade. They all plead victimhood. Suddenly, I'm a mother. I'm just dropping kids off at school. I'm trying to get to the doctor's office. Like, no, you're not. You go look into their background. I don't know this lady's background, but Renee Good, her background was she had joined a pretty aggressive anti-ICE organization. And their whole mission was to do exactly what you've seen, is to impede and assault ICE agents. Well, you can't do that. And if the ICE agent feels his life is in danger, you're going to get popped. This lady's lucky she was only dragged out of the car. Just absolutely ridiculous. Now, where do these women come from? When we come back, one writer called them wine moms, that ordinarily they'd be spending the afternoon just knocking back the Chardonnay.
Oh, what a nice life.
Yeah, like Hillary and Kamala, without the gummies. Or another writer called them soccer moms. And it seems like it's a lot of bored women who maybe ought to get part-time jobs if they have kids. Work from home, some remote work. You run out in the street. I mean, it's cold in Minneapolis this time of year. It's like 0 degrees.
Well, they're dedicated then.
But they're dedicated. Who takes on? There's 3,000 agents. You think you're going to win? Furthermore, do you think Trump is then going to pull out the agents because of angry wine moms?